Dear students, may you prosper by leaps and bounds. I am Khalid Mahmood Chattha and you are watching my YouTube channel. Our today's topic is rounding off numbers. Rounding off is the process of reducing the number of digits in a number while keeping its value as close as possible to the original. It is used to simplify calculations and express values with appropriate precision. Now we shall discuss rules for rounding off whole numbers. Rule number 1. If the digit to be removed is less than 5, leave the left digit unchanged, making the digits to its right as zeros. For example, 3342 rounded to the nearest 10 is 3340, and 3342 rounded to the nearest 100 is 3340, and to the nearest 1000 is 3000. Rule number 2. If the digit to be removed is greater than 5, increase the digit to its left by 1. For example, 7689 rounded to the nearest 10, 100 and 1000 is 7690, 7700 and 8000 respectively. Rule number 3. For numbers ending in exactly 5, rounding depends on the context. First, the even rounding or banker's rounding. If the digit to its left is even, it remains unchanged. And when being odd, it is increased by 1. For example, 445 rounded to the nearest 10 becomes 440. 475 becomes 480 when rounded to the nearest 10. Second, the traditional rounding. In this case, the digit is always increased by 1. For example, 445 rounded to the nearest 10 becomes 450. Rule number 4. If the digit to be removed is 5 having any digit to its right other than 0, then the digit to its left is always increased by 1. For example, 4451 rounded to the nearest 100 is 4500. Now rules for rounding off decimals. Rule number 1. If the digit to be removed is less than 5, leave the preceding digit unchanged. For example, 3.42 rounded to 1 decimal place is 3.4. Rule number 2. If the digit to be removed is 5 or greater, increase the preceding digit by 1. For example, 7.68 rounded to 1 decimal place is 7.7. Rule number 3. For numbers ending in exactly 5, rounding depends on the context. First, the even rounding or banker's rounding. If the preceding digit is even, it remains the same. For example, 4.45 rounded to 1 decimal place becomes 4.4. Second, the traditional rounding. The digit is always increased by 1. For example, 4.45 rounded to 1 decimal place becomes 4.5. Now I would like to throw light on rounding in significant figures. When rounding to a specific number of significant figures, the same rules apply while ensuring the correct number of digits remain. For example, 0.004567 rounded to 3 significant figures is 0.00457. Importance of rounding off: it makes calculations easier and results more readable. It prevents excessive precision in measurements. It ensures consistency in scientific and financial reporting. In actual practice, rounding off is a crucial tool in mathematics, science, and everyday life, helping to maintain clarity and accuracy in numerical data. Dear students of Government High School Sooianwala, our today's topic comes to an end. Surely, you must have enjoyed to a great extent and learned from it to the best of your interest. See you again in the next video. Wish you all the best.